Hello and welcome to another video. Today we will be discussing the horror movie Night Swim. More accurately, we're going to be roasting the shit out of this movie. So, Night Swim, to recap it for you really quick, it's basically Amityville horror, but instead of the house being evil, it's the pool, and the movie is bad. Night Swim was released in January of 2024. January tends to be the release month for horror movies that the studios feel like they're gonna flop, and that's when this movie came out. Out of my own personal criteria, I gave this movie about 30%, about 3 out of 10. That's about 1.5 stars out of 5. So the intro of our movie starts out with not a whole lot of information. It's a family, and that's all we get. As this movie is just starting out, one of the first things that I personally thought was, isn't there a device that's been invented to prevent children from falling into the pool? And in fact, there is. Also, real quick, what kind of human being sinks to the bottom of a pool like a fucking rock? Darwinism at its finest, if you ask me. Natural fucking selection. I'm sorry if that's harsh, but human beings float. Your child is a rock and goes to the bottom of the pool. Natural selection. Sorry. The opening of this movie gives us basically no context. Little girl falls in the pool, absolutely disappears. That's it. Then we're on to a different fucking family. Really quick, one thing I want to call out for you fine folks at home is that this little child is gone. It's not that she drowned and then we see her like drowned body in the pool. Bitch is fucking gone. The pool is empty. It like absorbed her or something. Just lock that away for me. Just up there, lock it away. Okay. After that, in comes our family of main characters. They are currently looking for a new place to live. They briefly mention this injury that the dad is healing from, and then it's brought up that he used to be a professional baseball player, but that's it. So they're looking for rentals, but they're passing by all of these houses, and then for some reason, some unknown reason, they pass by this boring, unimpressive house, and the dad's like, wait, stop, this is it.
Stop, I mean, stop.
Huh? They find the house, they go and they start looking at it. The house has a pool in the back. The dad actually falls into the pool while they're touring the house, trying to like grab a baseball that he sees floating in the water. While he's in the water, he has this like vision of him being healed and back playing baseball. So anyway, they fish him out of the pool, take him to the freaking hospital. Turns out the dude has MS. And they're talking about, like, him getting back to baseball? What? Anyway, the doctor is basically like, yeah, you have MS. Forget about baseball. Try something low impact, like swimming. Anyway, cut to them moving in. Literally, like, they have that one conversation in the hospital, and then they're moving boxes in. So yeah, all the main characters are getting moved into the murder house. Excuse me, the murder pool. And their cat's with them. Gee, I wonder if this cat will live to the end of the movie. I guess let's find out. After, like, one scene of them moving in, it, like, bumps to their first day. Kids' first day of school. We got 2 kids. We got an older teenage girl, and we got, like, a preteen boy. So we follow the older girl to school where she meets her love interest on the first day, and what the fuck is this wingspan comment about?
Can you just put your arm up real quick? Like, yeah, you have a great wingspan.
Is that how we're flirting nowadays? Because if that's the case, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. Also, I have worn my hair exactly like this, and if that's what I look like, I have regrets. The family decides to clean and drain the pool together because nothing brings a family together like a disgusting, filthy job. I guess, I don't know. I come from a broken home, so I wouldn't know what it takes to keep a family together. I will give the movie a little bit of credit. This shot right here,
I talk with your
pretty fucking good. It's a good shot. I like the setup. I think it's pretty fucking good. The family bonding scene is basically the only gore in the whole movie, and it's exactly what the father deserves. This mofo raw dogged this like hole, shoves his hand in there, no gloves, no tongue, just raw dogs this hole in this pool. Anyway, after this, like, very minor hand injury, which really, it's like, he sliced his palm on, we don't know what, in the pool drain hole that he, you know. After this injury, they call a pool company out to come and take care of things, and they let the family know that the pool is actually connected to a natural spring. Like, apparently that's the water that fills it up. I guess, which is a little bit weird because they're able to drain the pool. But if it's a naturally fed pool, how do they... Whatever. I really truly thought that we were going to get some lore out of this pool guy who has like kind of like that weird, creepy, sort of ominous vibe that some of like the random side characters have, but nope. Instead, we get this dude who absolutely could be played for like creeps but then they just like spin it into this really bad joke.
Trying to conquer death.
Are you okay?
I would like to note that at this point in time, I actually did stop watching the movie. I had to completely restart the movie days later. Now that our pool is all clean, our family is playing with coins? What 21st century human beings are throwing quarters into a pool for their children to go and get? You would buy pool toys. This is late stage capitalism. Be fucking real. There are also these like shots afterwards of like the mom paying bills and like seeming to be stressed, but it's never really brought up that like she's in charge of the bills. All of like the weight is on her and that's weighing on her, which would be very interesting and like could bring up some like tension in their relationship, but it's like never talked about again. We do get this scene of the mom like swimming in the pool late at night, seemingly to like, I guess, work off some stress from paying bills. And we have yet another shitty fucking joke that just, for me, didn't fucking land.
You don't want to swim? Pussy.
That just didn't really do it for me. I don't know what to say. Anywho, while she's like swimming along after the stupid fucking pussy joke, she sees her husband like standing by the pool, which I haven't mentioned this before, but Night Swim is actually like, I guess like a spin-off of a short film that was released years ago, and that was like the main creepy part, was like these people standing out by the pool. But the movie does like nothing with it. Like fucking nothing. Girly Pop sees her husband standing by the pool, like looks up, and then sees that her husband is not around and does like nothing. She just like calmly walks out of the pool and then goes and talks to her husband and was like, "Were you by the pool?" And he's like, "No." And that's it. And then she doesn't like nothing happens because of it. Anyway, I feel like the reaction of the person is kind of part of the scare, to be totally honest, or at least part of the enjoyment of watching it when something is meant to scare you as a viewer, but then the actors in the movie don't even fucking respond or react at all. It's so disconnecting from your viewer. Really, the only thing that comes of that scene is the mom talking to the dad about wanting a pool cover. Why her seeing her husband stand beside the side of the pool would make her want to get a pool cover, I don't fucking know, but they do it. Anyway, that night after mom sees dad not standing by the pool, the fucking cat dies. And literally, this is how it's done. No spice. Negative spice. That movie went and grabbed spices from your cabinet and threw them in the trash. Also, like, not fucking scary. So the family realizes that the cat is gone because the cat's collar is just like floating in the pool, like no blood, nothing. It's literally just like the collar in the pool. So again, the pool has like absorbed this fucking animal. They look for this cat for like 2 in-movie minutes and then never bring it up a fucking again. The only thing that really even like happens because of this thing is like the dad realizes that the cut on his hand from the pool has totally healed. Like, that's it. So seemingly, this pool can heal small wounds, but it has to absorb animals and children. Not a fair trade-off, my guy. So we have some, like, random shots of the dad, like, being in the pool and shit like that, and mom and dad go back to the doctor, and he's, like, magically healed. Then there's, like, more shots of him swimming and, like, getting better, I suppose. But then, motherfucker's obsessed with the pool, but the one time his child comes up to him and asks, "Hey, can we go swimming in the pool? Mom doesn't want me to swim alone." He's like, "Nah, I got shit to do. Go fucking play with yourself." Because he's like trying to like work out and like get back into baseball. I don't think this motherfucker wants children. So anyway, this kid is like swimming by himself. He's like a preteen. It doesn't fucking matter if he's swimming alone. Like it's fine. It's whatever. So he's swimming completely by himself in the backyard and he's underwater and he sees coins being like tossed into the pool. He resurfaces, sees that there's nobody around, and then just decides to dive for the fucking coins. What kid? What person? What human being just accepts that coins are being tossed into the pool by an unseen force? And instead of like getting out of the pool to maybe investigate, we just go a diving for the coins? You deserve to die, kid. What are we doing here? The little kid also does the, seeing somebody by the pool, but he sees the little, like, Rebecca girl by the pool, and he, like, pops up, thinks it was, like, his sister or something, but my guy, you see somebody standing by the pool, you maintain eye contact with them while you are underwater, surfacing, and then as you surface, they disappear, and you just assume your sister is playing a prank on you? What prank is your sister playing on you? Teleportation? Anyway, a few seconds after that, we actually do get some, like, good scenes, some good shots, some, like, actual tension in the movie. The kid, like, hears, like, a little girl calling for him, and he surfaces, and he is under the diving board. And, like, we, as the audience, can see somebody standing on the fucking diving board, and then, like, the little boy, like, pounces on the diving board, and there's nobody there. It's such good tension. And what do we do with it? Let it go. We just let it go. Why? And 2 seconds later, we get the tension back. The little boy has lost a toy and it's stuck in like the drain where, you have to stick your hand into that dark part. And he does it. He like sticks his hand in and he hears this like weird voice and like he's pulling out the toy and there's all this like hair and shit attached to it and he's pulling out the toy and the hair and genuinely, it's like I was tense for the first time in the movie. And do you know what happens? Let go of it! Like, we couldn't get another take of him doing that. That was the best take? Okay, I guess. But I'm upset, okay? And then after that, after we once again have the good tension that we have just let slip away. I won't even say slip. They tossed that motherfucker into the trash. They said, oh, this good tension, we don't fucking need that in our movie. Out the door. So we get this weird, like, the refrigerator door shot where, like, opens, closes. Like,
Mom?
But they don't take you there with the music. They don't even commit to the shitty scares. Like, what are we doing here? So we go from the shitty scare scene with our little dude to like a practice. So I guess he's made the team, which we didn't see. But yeah, he's at practice and dad decides to go. Maybe it is the tryouts. I don't know. They don't give you enough context in the movie to know if it's the tryouts, if it's practice, if he's already made the team. But whatever. Dad's there and he's like coaching all the players at bat. I don't know sports, okay? Just whatever. All the little league boys are at the bat and dad's like, oh, you did good, but do this and move your, and giving tips and shit and sports stuff, which genuinely I have absolutely no, like, I don't give a fuck about your sports shit. Sorry. Dad's there like coaching the kids and the actual coach asks him to take a shot to like, I don't know, show the kids how it's done or whatever. And he genuinely, like, fails the first two. He actually, like, falls on his ass. Which, like, I don't know a lot about MS. It's not something that, like, I'm very familiar with. But I'm pretty sure if you've been diagnosed with MS and it's progressing as quickly as his was, a fall is not good. Like, that's not okay. So he stands up from the fall and then, like, hits one out of the fucking park. And the thing here is they start building it up with the tension of him missing the first two hits. Like, there was good tension there. And he's, like, getting really serious. And me, the person who hates sports, was like, okay, I'm with you. I am here. And then they just show us a shot of the pool. Why? We haven't talked about this. There's been no conversation about it. The dad has not even outwardly said that he thinks the pool is the reason for his hand healing, which is like heavily implied, but it's not spoken at all. We don't even see the mom tell the dad about the weird thing that happened with the little boy in the pool. There's been no conversations from anybody in this family about what's going on with the fucking pool. And we're like 45 minutes into this fucking movie, by the way. So anyway, yeah, the dad like hits the shot at the fucking park and he's like amazing and whatever. Mom and dad go on a date, and then there's this weird shot of like the dad in front of the TV.
Ray, you ready? We gotta go.
I think meaning to like imply that like he's getting pulled like further into the grips of the pool or whatever, but like I don't know, it was just weird and bad. So yeah, the parents go out on a date and our little teen girly pop brings her little boy toy over to go swimming. Because, I mean, she's a teenager. And, like, that, honestly, the most rational thing in the movie was that girly pop bringing her boy over. Like, that was the most normal thing that happened in this fucking movie. And this scene is actually good. You have the perfect setup here. It's teens in a pool late at night doing something they're not supposed to be doing. You've got, like, this music and, like, the dark all around you and just random lights. The setup is there. And it's a good scene. Like, up until the point where it turns scary, it's a legitimately good scene. The director, whoever directed this, I don't know, can make good movie, just can't make good scary. Movie good, scary bad. He doesn't, she doesn't, the person doesn't know how to do it. So yeah, anyway, boy and girl are like playing Marco Polo in the water. The boy like gets out of the pool and the girl has this like really weird awkward scene with this like green blob of what I think used to be a person. And they have this, I think what is meant to be like an Insidious level jump scare. But okay, warning, I'm going to play the two clips back to back. I'm going to play the jump scare clip of Insidious, and then I'm going to play the jump scare clip of Night Swim. And you just tell me how you feel.
I can still hear that voice.
I don't know what it is, but they just can't do it. They can't make it good. It just falls so flat. It's upsetting. I want it to be good. I watched this movie because I wanted it to be a good movie, and you're making me upset. So yeah, she dives under the water, I guess, chasing after this green blob man, which I think she genuinely thinks is her boy toy, but like, I'm sorry. If somebody goes under the water in a pool, you can still see them. You would not confuse two people who look completely different just because they are under the water. Whatever. She dives under the water. The creepy blob man like grabs her and pulls her down for like half a second, but then just lets her go. And you get this shot of her like turning around and just seeing how deep underwater she is and how like far the surface of the pool is. Which I guess is supposed to be scary, but I don't know. I wasn't scared. I was like, okay. Anyway, she swims back up to the top and like her boy toy is now there, and girly pop is like freaked the fuck out. She's geeking. She like hops out of the pool. She's like, somebody pulled me. Something dragged me down. And the dude bro is like, maybe it was the vacuum cleaner.
Maybe if I got stuck in the pool cleaner.
I don't know what I would say to somebody in that situation, but it would probably be, okay, let's get out of the fucking pool then. Not, oh yeah, you probably just felt the vacuum cleaner. It's that moment that her parents come home and like her little brother like shouts, I guess, from the back door that they're home. And so he like runs off. But before he runs off, he like kisses her. I don't know.
Izzy! Mom and Dad are home!
Thanks for inviting me over.
What a horrible first kiss to have with somebody. You've just been terrified by a green slime puff monster dragged down to the bottom of your pool, terrified, and now the boy that you're talking to kisses you, I guess? I don't know. For me, it was bad. If I was in that situation, I would not be happy about that kiss. I would be like, we couldn't pick a different time? We couldn't pick any different time to do that. The day after this, okay, I'm geeking. Okay, so the creepy thing happens to the teen sister in the pool. The only thing that we as the audience, like, see is her sitting by the pool. We hear her brother saying that the parents are home. We don't see the brother, like, watching this happen, nothing like that. But the next day, he goes to her and is like, I saw what happened at the pool. As an audience member, I am frustrated that we did not see the little brother see that happen, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I guess we're just supposed to know that he was, like, creeping on her and saw everything happen. So the little brother, like, goes to her room, knock, knock, knock on the door. Like, hey, I know you saw some creepy shit. Talk to me about the creepy shit you saw. So her sister, who's like, shh, quiet, I don't want our parents to hear about this, moves him from her doorway into their hallway. In an effort to not have their parents here, they move out into the open. Instead of, like, pulling the brother into her room, which would be more quiet and private, they instead are like, no, shh, this is a secret. Let's have the conversation out in the fucking hallway. Be a human being and pull the boy into your room. I think maybe one of my issues here is that these people don't act like fucking human beings. Like, their responses are not that of a human being. Like, you see a creepy person standing by the pool, and you're just like, okay, guess it's time to get out of the pool. It's fine. You don't scream or be like, bitch, what the fuck? But at least we now have one singular conversation of the people in this family talking about the weird fucking pool. It's the first time that we're talking about this, however many minutes into the movie. Whatever, at least it's been done now. I am going to talk shit on the dialogue between the brother and sister, though, because they're talking about the pool and how it's, like, weird and creepy. And the sister says this line of, what makes more sense, that the pool is haunted or that it's helping us? We have not seen anybody talk about the pool helping them. The only thing that the pool has helped is the dad heal that cut on his hand, and he didn't fucking tell anybody about that we as the audience have seen. So what helping is this pool fucking doing? Children, tell me, please. So anyway, I think that line is meant to be, like, creepy or something, but as an audience member, I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't know anything has happened. I, as the audience member, know, but you don't know, bitch. So yeah, the, like, creepiness that it's supposed to have does not impact you at all. Earlier in the movie, they talk about having this pool party. Actually, no. The mom talks about having a cookout, and then the dad turns it into a pool party. Because I guess he's, you know, been seduced by the pool or whatever. So they've invited over, like, the whole fucking neighborhood. There is also, we're, like, almost an hour into this movie, and we have our third absolute shit joke. So the realtor that helped them buy the house brings over, like, this rum jello cake, and her husband is there. And there's this, like, conversation about getting him into a Speedo, for which his response is to growl, like a rrrr. And it put me off so bad, I almost stopped the movie again. I'm not even kidding. Because I refuse to suffer alone, I'm gonna show it to you now.
But this is not for the kids. Okay, there's enough Captain Morgan in here to get Phil into his famous Bermuda G-string.
I understand wanting to put in some humorous elements to your scary movie to, like, lighten it a little bit, but I don't know, make it fucking funny. So at our pool party, the realtor tells the mom about the family who owned the home before her and how they're... And get this, the realtor specifically says the little girl drowned in the pool.
Just there were the stories about this little girl, and she drowned here.
I'm sorry. We, as the audience member, have seen the pool absorb the little girl and the cat drown. No, her body is not there. It, like, absorbs her. Just remember this because it comes back later when we're talking about lore in... I'm not getting so upset. Remember this conversation because it comes back later. At this point, the son, mother, and daughter all feel weird about the pool, but they have not all like come together and like shared their experiences or talked about it or talked about like wanting to get out of the fucking house. Not spoken about at all. Nope. Anyway, at this pool party, for literally no reason, the son is like recording everybody and everything, and the dad asks to play chicken with one of the boys on the son's baseball team, which is weird for me. I mean, like, I'm not a person that has children. Like, I don't be knowing all of, like, the rules and shit with kids, but if a grown man who has children of his own to, like, play around with was wanting to touch up on my kid while they were in a bathing suit, I would pump the brakes. Like, bump, that's kind of weird. Why are you doing that? But yeah, anyway, the dad is playing chicken with the baseball coach's son instead of his own fucking children, because I think he doesn't fucking like them, but whatever. Playing chicken and they win or whatever. But then the dad, like, I don't know, gets like in this sort of like trance state and pulls them both fully underwater into the deep end of the pool. And it's like black ooze comes up from the pool and like gets all in his like nostrils and mouth and shit. It's nasty. So this kid is under the water for like maybe 60 seconds. And when everybody realizes what's going on and they yoink the kid out of the water, they like call an ambulance, even though he's been under the water for like 60 seconds. Anyway, the parents of the kid that got yoinked underwater are like mad as hell and are like sort of talking about like pressing charges, even though they're aware that this man has MS and it attacks your system and can like lock you up like that. So the other family has absolutely no reason to be upset by this, but they are, and say, don't ever come around again.
Don't come near our family again.
Which is like I understand it's about like your kid and shit, but whatever. The family doesn't press charges. They immediately try and get the dad out of the house though, which at first he's like, no, everything's fine, I'm doing fine. And the mom's like, bitch, you almost fucking drowned today. He agrees, and they're sitting in the car, and as they're like backing out of the driveway, he starts like coughing. And he's not able to breathe. And they just take him back in the fucking house. I'm sorry. If you are in the car and somebody starts having difficulty breathing, your first instinct is to just put him back in the fucking house? What? Genuinely, what? Like, my first instinct would be like, oh my god, let's get you to a hospital. Not, okay, just go to bed. But... So yeah, dad's at home having freaked out his fucking family, and then the mom goes and has this conversation with her daughter of like, I didn't think I would be a good mom.
I didn't think I would be a good mom.
Which, first of all, like, why are we saying this to our children? Like, I understand having like an open relationship with your child, but like... And the mom's basically like, we're not alone if we're all together, which I think is meant to really be like heartfelt and, you know, one of those like moments in scary movies of like them banding together, but without dad. After that, like choking in the car incident, that is meant to be, I guess, like the precipice for mom starting her own research, and she researches like the family, which like, I guess, sure. Dad choking in the car, I guess, why not? I guess I was just hoping for something more supernatural to be the, like, jumping off point for that, but whatever. If it's dad choking in the car, it's dad choking in the car. So the mom is doing all of this research about the family that used to live in the house, and then she did more research. She finds families that lived in the house before, and she has this conversation with the realtor about a bunch of people who lived in the house having gone missing. Not having drowned in the pool, which was the lore from the little girl. Even though the realtor said she drowned, but we as the audience saw that she got fucking eaten, and now we as the audience and the mom is seeing that people have gone missing before. Like, you can't keep up with your own fucking lore, movie? Whatever. People have gone missing in the house before, so she goes and finds the family that lived there last. The only person that is close by now is the mom of the little Asian girl who got, I don't know, absorbed by the pool in the beginning of the movie. This scene is fucking weird. Like, it genuinely, it's really weird. So our mom, our current family living in the house mom, goes and talks to this other woman and is like, weird shit's happening in my house. Do you know why? And the mom who lived there before starts talking about fucking wishing wells, which genuine could have been really fucking cool if we had talked about the kids diving for coins as like a wishing well kind of thing. Like, make a wish, toss your coin in, and then go dive for it, and then if you can get it in one breath, or something like that. But no, none of that. None of it. Nope. To break it down for you, this woman basically tells her that she sacrificed her daughter to save her son. She explains that the water needs a sacrifice, which, as just simply as far as lore goes, the dad is already getting better. And nothing has been sacrificed except for this, like, cat, which wasn't even a sacrifice, because a sacrifice implies intention, which the family did not have. So anyway, the mom explains, it'll grant your wish, whatever your wish is, but you have to give a sacrifice. This mom is so fucked. She sacrifices her healthy daughter to save a sick son. Allow me to guess who your favorite was. Like, the smarter thing to do would have been to sacrifice the sick one and wish that the healthy one became, like, I don't know, a not bald Jeff Bezos or something like that. How could she possibly know that saving her son was the right thing to do? What if that motherfucker grew up to be a crackhead? What then? Then you sacrificed your daughter for no fucking reason? Then, okay, so besides all the fucked up lore, which is shit, the mom, while she's there, the, like, Asian mom, the older mom, while she's there, is, like, bleeding black goo, and, like, the water that's there in her home is, like, black goo water, even though we, as the audience, understand that the only scary shit that's happening because of the pool is localized to the pool itself, because it doesn't have any other reach. But now, suddenly, the mom is also still being affected by the black goo, like 20 years after she lived in the house and sacrificed her daughter. This is so bad. It's just bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. In the final scenes of this movie, it continues to be bad. I was also wrong. They do bring up the cat one final time after, like, 40 minutes of movie has passed since the cat's disappearance. The boy hears, like, a meow, and it, like, lures him out to the pool, which is literally the only reason we even brought up the cat, again, to get the little boy into the water, because he hears the cat meowing on, like, a pool toy.
Cider?
Anyway, little boy tricked into falling into the pool because he thinks the cat's alive. The cat's not alive. He falls into the pool cover, like, for no reason at all. The pool cover starts, like, magically, evilly, whatever, like, going over the top of the pool, even though it's the shittiest pool cover in the fucking world. It's literally like a blue plastic tarp that you could, like, move out of the way with your hand. The mother and daughter start freaking out about, like, undoing the pool thing, and this is so dumb. This is so fucking dumb. The little boy is under the water, and the mom, anyway, what? Oh, God, I don't even know how to explain this. The little boy falls in the pool. The mother and the daughter are outside trying to get him out of the pool. The daughter, for some reason, runs back inside, I think to call for help, while the mom, like, dives into the pool. The daughter, as she's running back into the house to call for help, falls on broken glass, which, like, again, a good fucking moment. She, like, falls on the glass, and you're like, ooh, ow, ooh. I was waiting for her to stand back up and have some, like, horrific injury or something, or, like, have a piece of glass in her foot so she couldn't run as well or something. Anything. But no. She gets, like, the tiniest little piece of glass stuck in her hand, and she yoinks it right out. And that's it. Yet again, having this tension and, like, throwing it in the fucking trash can. So anyway, our girly pop is inside the house. Dad is, like, full-on possessed at this point in time. So he's, like, being fucking weird.
I've been looking for you, Iz. What's the matter?
The dad and the daughter have this conversation about life's too hard for Elliot, which is the little boy, because he's a little fucking awkward. Like, there were like 2 or 3 times in this movie where it's discussed, like, he has a little bit of a hard time making friends and he's not the most, like, athletic. Those are the 2 things that they have discussed about this child. And he deserves to die because of it. What are we doing? Like, genuinely, they did have a running theme throughout the movie that the little boy had, like, a harder time with a couple of things, but that's no reason to sacrifice the fucking kid. Anyway, so yeah, we jump from dad being like, fuck that kid, to the mom, like, saving said kid from underwater. She's like swimming and she finds him and swimming and not that good. So yeah, mom finds the little boy. At this point in time, it's been like 5 minutes since he went under the water. Genuinely, like 5 movie minutes. So like real life has probably been like 20. And the little Rebecca girl, which is the little Asian girl, I know I have not given any person a name in this movie because I have not absorbed it. The little Rebecca girl, like, points the mom in the right direction so she can, like, swim out of, like, the abyss that is, like, the underneath of the pool. And I will say, the shot is very cool. There's, like, this very awesome shot of, like, it rotating with them, like, underwater. It's cool. It's a cool fucking shot. I'm not gonna lie to you. But, I don't know. I just thought it was a little dumb that the mom couldn't see the gigantic light, the only light source in the water. And the little Rebecca girl saved them by pointing to it. It was a cool shot, but it was dumb. The end of the movie, they have yoinked the little boy out of the water. He's not breathing. They don't give him CPR. They just, like, have this battle with the dad, the mom, and the daughter, where the daughter literally, like, beats the shit out of the dad with an actual baseball bat. Like, literally, that's how they defeat him. She's like, bam! She, like, beats the shit out of him. With a baseball bat. It's, like, this very small little, like, fight between the mom and the daughter and the dad. And as the dad is, like, coming out of his possession, the little boy, having been not breathing and had almost no CPR, just, like, suddenly wakes up and, like, starts breathing again for no fucking reason. And the dad, there's a montage of, like, family moments that we as the audience have never seen before. Thereby, we have absolutely no emotional connection to these shots that, like, the dad is seeing. And there's this voiceover of the daughter that was obviously done in post because it's just a voiceover. The girl is like, she doesn't, whatever. It's obviously done in post because the ending was so terrible that the audience was probably like, you gotta do something. So yeah, they do this weird like voiceover montage of the daughter being like, you gotta do it, dad. You gotta do it, daddy. Literally, like, that's what it is.
Dad, something has you. You have to fight it.
For an absolutely unknown reason, now that our little boy is conscious, he starts, like, coughing up black goo as they try and, like, get him away from the pool. Even though we as the audience have literally never seen anything with the little boy and the black goo, he starts coughing it up. And the dad, having come out of his possession and seemingly just has this, like, knowledge that the pool needs a sacrifice for what it has given.
Someone has to pay.
Which, by the way, what the pool has given at this point is a healed cut and his diagnosis being a little bit less severe. That is what the pool needs a sacrifice for. A healed cut and the MS not being quite as progressive. Okay, so to fix the little boy, like, coughing up black goo, the dad just has this understanding that the pool needs a sacrifice, so he walks into the pool and it absorbs him. And that's it. That's the movie. That's literally, that's the movie. The family, like, continues to live there and they fill in the pool. That's it. That's the whole fucking movie, kids. Okay. Allow me a moment to get myself the fuck together. I think there are a couple of ways that this movie could have been at least a little bit better. First of all, going full on Amityville. Show the slow descent into madness for the dad. Have the family start being scared of not only him, but the pool as well. Because he's possessed by the fucking pool. Until he's the only one that will go, like, literally anywhere near it. And is almost, like, forceful about getting the rest of the family into the pool. I think that could have been one way to make it a little bit more interesting. Or we could have, like, developed out the lore a little bit more. Put an emphasis on them, like, with the coins and, like, making wishes into this spring and, like, going really hard, like, leaning into that, like, wishing well vibe. And then you could have, like, combined that, like, the wishes of all of the family members kind of, like, turning sort of nasty and, like, dark. I think that could have been a really cool way to go with it. Or you could have continued with the lore from the short movie, which was really, honestly, like, seeing a dark version of yourself, like, by the side of the pool instead of, like, somebody totally random, and having that dark version of yourself try and take you over and, like, maybe replace you or something. Just genuinely, I was so excited for this movie. I genuinely thought it was going to be really good, and I think there were ways to make it good, and they just, like, turned away from every possibility of, like, oh yeah, we could go left or right, make it good or bad, let's go bad. I don't mean to rag on this movie. I really don't. I'm not a cruel person. I gave the movie its due where I could, and it was only a couple of times. Anyway, in conclusion, this movie had potential, and it turned away from that potential at every opportunity it had. Whether it was building up tension to just let it slip away, or fucking up the lore entirely, or that lackluster storyline. I don't know what did it in the end, but I genuinely did not like this movie. If you also hated Night Swim, please like and subscribe down below. Actually, you know what? If you liked Night Swim, please tell me why in the comments down below. I would genuinely love to hear from some people that like actually enjoyed this movie and why. Because I don't know. But also, if you hated the movie, let me know why you hated it down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, do the liking and the subscribing and all that shit down below. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.